Hi, my name is Natalie, aka Shapelessflame for any newbies here, and I am currently chronicling my second journey through the Artist's Way book by Julia Cameron. It's week 4. I'm technically on week 5, but I took a week off because we had a death in the family, and I also had like an absolutely gnarly head cold that I'm still trying to kick. So, week 4. This is week 4. And before I get into the guts of this video, I just kind of want to get something off my chest. I had an Instagram reel go semi-viral a couple weeks ago in which I basically just vulnerably stated how tired I am existentially from living in a red state my whole life, but especially over the past decade. And for the record, the response has been mostly positive, which is nice. I mean, it's nice to be able to connect with people that are feeling similarly, especially like what they like to say, blue dots and red states, but I don't even know if I subscribe to that. We're all just people. But even some people with really good intentions, I think, maybe they don't, I don't know, but they like to parrot these slogans like, you need to rest. Rest is really good for you. Like, they want you tired. They want this, like, I know. Do I look like I'm giving up? I'm not giving up. I don't think once in that video I said, I'm giving up. Like, I am tired of seeing people get on my phone screen and there not being any justice for it. I am tired of listening to people gaslight normal thinking human beings. I'm tired of the rejection of intelligence. I am tired of people speaking like they just live inside a phone screen. You're a human being, okay? We're human beings. It should enrage you as a human being. And that is relevant to this video because I had a media deprivation week this week because I needed it. Like every other challenge that I've done for this book, I had to make this my own. This book was written a long time ago, and when she refers to a reading deprivation week, she uses examples like not reading the newspaper, not reading books, not watching the news, that kind of stuff. And, you know, that's perfectly reasonable, but nobody really reads newspapers anymore except my dad, very diligently still to this day with his crossword puzzles and all. But yeah, so I decided that it was probably better to do a media dial back. I don't know, detox is kind of overused. Deprivation is also, again, the verbiage used in the book, but I don't really like that word. I don't know why. It just feels really restrictive, and you know, it's sort of like that whole advice that you get whenever you're dieting, which I don't know why I'm even bringing this up, but everybody's always like, think about the things that you can add instead of the things that you're taking away. Okay? So try to think of it that way. So if you have an iPhone, or, you know, if you can download apps for this, there's all sorts of ways to do this, or you can just, you know, follow your own heart and trust your own willpower if you've got it, to set limits on your social media for a half an hour to 1 hour a day. Now, if you can just do it cold turkey, no social media all week, mazel tov, have at it. I can't. I just can't. Although there were a couple days this week when I didn't look at it at all. And other days that I hit my exact limit. I still didn't respond to any DMs or anything like that, and I did resist the urge to doom scroll as much as possible. But the entire purpose of having a reading deprivation week, digital dial back, whatever we're calling it, is to clear your mind from outside influence. And as a creative, it's really important for you to get really intense with where you stand, what you stand for, what you want your art to say, what you feel like expressing. And that has to come from like the deepest, most pure part of your soul. And it's hard in today's day and age to look at just barrages of information and ideas and feel like you're really coming up with your own pizzazz, if you will. So it does help to get away from it. It also helps sort of tamp down some of the rage and anger that I've been feeling. So I do highly recommend doing this portion for your reading deprivation if you're diving into the artist way. And also, like, I think I'm probably going to try to carry this on for the rest of the challenge for my own sanity. We'll see how that goes though. So I'm not trying to set any hard and fast rules here. Just giving suggestions and letting you know what I did. On to the next one. Listen up. I'm a rebel, Dottie. Just like Pee Wee Herman. Read a book, baby. I think we could all benefit from reading a book or 5 nowadays. Don't you think? That is what I mean when I say to add things. Stop thinking about what you're taking away. So I added in reading more books. And, you know, I've done videos about books before. I co-run a book club with a friend of mine, and I consider myself a reader. I am an English major from 3,000 years ago, but I haven't been reading. And when I lay down to go to bed at night, I doom scroll. So this week I read a book. I actually have been reading this big guy. Apropos of nothing. I think learning is the antidote. So, yeah. And maybe it does cloud my opinion about my art, but right now I want my art to say something. So that's why I'm reading that book. On to the next one. All right, I'm not going to go crazy here. This is how I meditate. I have ADHD. My brain is crazy. I used to call it glitter brain, and now I know why I called it glitter brain, because I have ADHD. But when I sit down to meditate, sometimes it is just, it doesn't stop. So how I've hacked this, I guess is the way to say it. I get a pair of headphones. I put on some music that is just instrumental, or it's just the sounds of ocean waves crashing, or something like rain on the windowsill, something chill. And I just set my alarm for 10 minutes, and I put on a sleep mask over my eyes, and I lay down on my bed, and I try to tune in with a deeper part of myself. Sometimes that deeper part of myself is just like naming about 8 million things that I need to do. And sometimes it tells me something really important that maybe I have not been facing. And it's a really good way to check in. And I don't think anybody is going to get hurt by just taking 10 minutes a day to check in. Talk about this week is my artist date. We had about 13 inches of snow in the Ohio Valley this weekend, and it's been 0 degrees every day, so none of it has melted. I can't really get outside and go for a walk. I've tried to kick up my running program again, and that has really put a damper on that because I don't have a treadmill, I don't have a gym membership at the moment, so I've been trying to get creative with moving my body. So my artist date this week, since I didn't feel like going anywhere, and was just to put my headphones in again and set an alarm for 20 to 30 minutes and just dance. I just danced. And a lot of the times when she describes artist dates, it's about like returning to things that you did as a kid or as a teenager that brought you joy. And I always, like, my mom would go out to the grocery store or like have to run errands. I was at home by myself a lot. I also had to take care of my handicapped brother all the time, so I missed out on a lot of stuff as a teenager. So I would put music on, and I would get like a hairbrush or like lint roller or something and pretend it was a microphone and pretend that I was Fiona Apple. And I would play the entirety of Tidal and sing it and dance to it in my living room. Yes, that is very dorky, I know, but that is what I did. And I decided that that's probably a pretty cool artist date. So, I mean, I'm not singing to myself because I live with two other people that are probably like, "Are you okay?" But I did put on my headphones and dance alone in my room, and I put on some Megan the Stallion and had myself a merry old time. So, I think that's a cool suggestion for an artist date at home. And I came up with a couple more that I put on a little slide that I'm going to put up next for y'all if you just want to screen grab it, keep a hold of it for other ideas if you can't get out of the house and still want to do an artist date. That's all I got for week 4 of the artist way. I am, I'm like not even halfway through. It's 12 weeks, so week 6 would be halfway through. And, it does ebb and flow. Right now, I do feel like it's partially a little bit of an exercise in patience and do I really even need to be doing this? But for that very reason, I'm going to stick it out. I am definitely having a lot of realizations about things, and I don't know if that's because of redoing this challenge or if it's because of astrological changes or shifts in collective feeling. I have no idea, but I do feel different. So I'm going to keep at it, and I'm going to keep showing up and letting you guys know how I'm doing and give you suggestions on ways that you can do this challenge or not. And I just want everybody to know that we are strong. We are good. We're going to get through this. This challenge, this life, this bullshit that we're all dealing with. And I wish you all love and good stuff. Peace out.